All right, Angela. During the test, I will give you directions for a turn, any turn that I'd like you to make. I'll say left turn or right turn well before reaching the corner.
Okay.
If I do not ask you to make a turn, please continue in the same direction. Do you have any questions?
No, not right now.
All right. And finally, I'll just let you know, I know that, when you're taking a test, one can be a little nervous. Just know that I'm not here to play any tricks on you. I will not ask you to do anything dangerous. I just want to make sure that you can handle the car in a safe and responsible manner, okay? Back up in a straight line. I'll tell you when to stop.
All right.
And stop. At the corner, make a left turn. And at the corner, make a right turn. And now, Angela, I'm going to have you pull over in front of that blue car next to the curb, right over here to the right, if you would, please. And we'll stop here. That's fine. Stop here. Tell me, how did you do? How do you think you did? What?
I felt like I should have made a clear stop at a stop sign, and I got a little frazzled at one of the left turns in traffic. I got there and that wasn't I wasn't sure, there was so much going on, and I wasn't sure who was going first, and there were pedestrians, and there weren't pedestrians, and then there were pedestrians, and then, so there was just a lot going on, and I wasn't really sure what to do.
There's a lot to process there.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. So what we might do then is we might spend a little time talking about the intersection approach.
Okay.
And I'll give you some of my feelings about what I saw in your driving. Like a fine wine, you got better as time went on. In the beginning, I could tell you were nervous, but then after you started to warm up and realize, okay, I can do this, I saw that you were moving your eyes more, you were checking your mirrors, you were looking left and right at the intersection. I was very, very impressed by that. You remembered to look over your shoulder when there was a bicycle lane and you moved into the bicycle lane. I thought it was really excellent. There were a couple of moments when I felt that maybe you were just a little excited when you got near the corner and there was a stop sign, and it felt like you wanted to just kind of get that stop out of the way. So you pushed the brake a little hard so the car had a little lunge to it. Not the end of the world, but if what we really want to pay attention to is when we're stopping is not to rush it.
Right.
It's okay to kind of ease into it, make it smooth, don't be in a hurry, you got plenty of time, all right? There was an intersection where there was that one that had a lot of stuff going on. There was a driver that was stopped in front of us that had stopped for a stop sign. And then when we move forward, we also have to stop.
Okay.
That was one where I felt that maybe there was maybe a little, not the clarity that you need about what should happen in that situation, because we stopped behind the car, right? Perfect. That driver moved, and then we started to move with them.
Right.
And then there was some pedestrians crossing, remember that? And the man was walking out in front. Yeah, yeah. That pedestrian was expecting you to stop.
Right.
And so when we eventually stopped, we were actually already in the crosswalk.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed is that some of your stops are actually over the line. And I'm watching your eyes a little bit to see where you're looking when you're stopping. And I don't actually see you looking for that reference that we talked about.
Okay.
So if you look for that reference, I think that would help.
Okay.
Because if you can see the second line well over the hood,
Right.
then you know you've stopped behind it. Again, I think what's happening is that you might be a little anxious. You know, you're coming to the corner, you have to make a stop, and maybe your mind is already thinking about the next thing, right? Let me get through this intersection and get down to the next one. But you know, you really have to be present. You have to be in the moment. You know, don't worry about the next intersection. Really be with the one that you're in.
Okay.
You know, which means stopping in the right place, looking for cars, pedestrians, everything that relates to that particular scene to make sure that you can get down to the next one.
Right.
Right? But definitely take the time to see your reference points.
Okay.
That will help tremendously.
Okay.
The backing up straight was actually very nice. We haven't worked on that for a while, and I thought you did a good job with that. You kept it very straight. The speed was a little fast in the beginning, but then you brought it back down. Remember, that's a walking speed pace. And when I gave you the direction to stop, you stopped, but a couple seconds after you turned around. So you want to maintain this position, looking all the way back, stop the car completely. In fact, even wait a moment before you turn your head.
Okay.
So that there isn't a point where the car's actually moving while you're facing forward. You have to keep looking back the whole time.
Okay.
Minor point, maybe only one point taken off on the drive test, but no need to give away an easy point, right? When it's so easy to just stop the car and then turn around. Just, you know, kind of a mental thing to kind of hold on to.
Okay.
So overall, though, I thought that it was a good performance. And, you know, it wasn't really a pass or fail thing. That was not how we're looking at it. We're looking at it more from the standpoint of, you know, what information can we draw from this that will help us perform better, you know, on the day of your tests.